Go once again. Yo. What's good, everyone? What's good? I'm here with Z Killer and Marvelous today, and we're here to talk about summer 2019 anime. So, what's good, guys? What's good?
Hey, what's up, people? We're back at it again with another discussion. This time it isn't about anime, though.
It's not about anime though.
Oh, not anime. I mean, not video games, but it's about anime.
Oh
I was gonna
man.
uh,
say, we're gonna have to save the video games for another time. So, let me start with this. What animes are y'all particularly interested in this season going forward?
uh,
For me, you already know they call me the number one Fire Force fan in certain servers, and I'm looking forward to that heavy for sure. And then there's another one, Doctor Stone, that I've been reading. It's a very interesting series.
Yeah, see, I be hearing mixed things about Doctor Stone in particular. Fire Force is something else entirely. But I know I'll be hearing mixed things in particular about Doctor Stone. So let's start with that. Could you give me an in-depth on Doctor Stone? Because I know Z Killer also reads it too.
oh, no,
Um, Go ahead, Z.
oh no! I just read the first 10 chapters, then I dropped it.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I could say Doctor Stone. It's a series. It's one of those series where it's meant to catch you right off the bat in the first episode with a hook, and then it's like, okay, now we're exploring this hook, and the hook is basically a mystery. It's the entire population of the world one day turns to stone, like some type of wave washes over them, and everybody's turned to stone, and then thousands of years in the future, the main character and his friend wake up and I don't remember exactly how they woke up. I don't know if that's explained how the first guy did, but then they go around waking other people up and exploring the mystery while also rebuilding humanity in this time. But the big theme of the series is science because the main character guy is like a super genius. He was like a teenage super genius, so he uses science to not only get people back for being trapped in stone, but also to rebuild technology and rebuild society. So that's the main plot of the series.
Anything you want to add on to that, Z Killer?
No, he pretty much got it all right.
Okay. See, I like I said, I just hear a lot of mixed things about it. So, would you know in particular the things that people say, like the criticisms of why people say Doctor Stone is mid?
Nah, for me, no. I pretty much everybody I know that reads it, and most of what I've heard has been positive. So I haven't really heard criticisms of it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and have you talk about Fire Force because that's one I'm intrigued on because I know people. I know this is another controversial one that people talk about in particular, but I like how Dave Productions is doing it. So it's a start.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's another one that's got an interesting hook. It's set in the future also, and it is basically set in a world where, at some point, people started to spontaneously combust into fire, and not only do they die, but before they die, they turn into these rampaging, basically fire demons. And this event happened all over the world, and it kind of almost wiped out humanity. But then they were able to come back from it, and things are more steampunk now in the future that they're living in. And so they had to develop people to fight against these fire demons, and through generations, similar to I would say My Hero, people developed fire abilities themselves to fight against these fire demons, like a mutation. And so there's three generations of humans. They're
I'm a
called.
dip. I'll be right back.
I
All right. And yeah, pretty much these people they fight against these fire demons alongside firefighters. So they got the firefighters who fight the flames, and then you have the fire force who fight the fire demons by using their flame abilities, which is ranges from a spectrum of things from just shooting fire out of your hands to creating a beam of plasma that you can use to cut through things. And it's one guy's journey who to become one of the members of the fire force, and they unravel the mystery of why spontaneous human combustion occurs.
mm-hmm.
So to me, it's a pretty interesting series. And it's not just interesting; I love it. The action is good. The characters are all cool. It's similar to how people talk about Black Clover, where it's not the most unique series ever, but it handles the normal anime tropes and the normal anime situations. It handles them well, and gives you good action.
Oh yeah, like you already sold me on a concept. The concept of it is like pretty interesting for sure. Yeah.
Apologies about the unprofessionalism.
No,
Whew.
you good, you good.
I wanted to talk about Vinland Saga. I wanted to get Zoro X Lee Martin. Shout out to him, and all thoughts and prayers go out to him in particular. I wanted to talk about some Vinland Saga because this is one that he always represents, in particular in the Discord with the panels. And
Okay, so that's what that'd be coming from.
yeah. So one thing I will have to say is shout out to Wit Studio with the Attack on Titan. I have to say that in particular. So I like how they're doing the Vinland Saga anime, and I hope in particular this one is going to be a really good one.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I've heard about this. I don't know if it was an anime before at all, but I've heard about this before. Is this the first adaptation of it, or is this like a returning series, or what?
As far as I know, it's the the first one. As far as I know, I don't think if they ever did attempt an anime, let's say earlier, I wouldn't have had heard of it. It's not. It's one thing if it's like talking about the Kingdom anime, which people don't talk about because you know why we don't talk about Studio Clown. But in particular, I have faith in Wit Studio. They do their job, and especially with Attack on Titan, and you know how popular Attack on Titan is. So
Makes
Well, like
sense.
I've heard like good things about Vinland Saga, but like I've heard like man, this man ain't never gonna finish this manga. I've been told that this man is literally just like I heard that they said the author's like, yeah, I don't know if I can do this, man. I don't know if it's ever gonna get done. Like he's like George Martin. George Martin's you like I'm gonna write the book, but like then he comes on and says, you know what, I'm not gonna finish this manga. At least he's man enough
yeah,
to admit it.
that yeah, that's sad. That's sad, honestly, because a lot of series like there was a series I used to watch back in like 2012. What was it called? It was the Familiar Zero, and and it's sad to know that certain authors of these series they die before this series even gets finished. Then
Damn,
you
yeah, that
got to
is
go
sad.
back between their notes. Shit could be trash sometimes, but that just goes to show how life can be with unexpectancies in particular.
Yeah, for real. Please, God bless Oda. Let him stay alive till One Piece is finished. Amen.
Exactly. If anything, yo, what's good, Mr. Flame? What's good?
Hey, what's going on? I'm on link.
Yo, we just got done talking about some Vinland Saga.
Oh, okay.
So one anime in particular, I know
Hey,
I'm kind of
you
hoped
kind
for,
of
and
cut
no
out for
go
me,
more
but
watching.
for what series?
No, we just got done talking
Villain
about
Saga
Vinland Saga. I
for.
was going to talk about Danamashi.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
just gonna say right now, I appreciate how they're doing a season 2 for Danamachi because I know they just had the little spinoff with the blonde chick, the blonde sword chick in the series, and
Oh
I
yeah,
hope this season goes well.
oh yeah, that was the spinoff was okay, but like
I dropped it.
I same she got on my fucking nerves. Like I like everybody else. Maybe well, not the wolf guy as much because he's a fucking asshole. But like, I see why he's an asshole. But like, man, she is literally like, like she's gay I forgot her name, but the sword princess, and
You
she's
talking about the Loki chick?
yeah, the Loki chick. She's like Loki, not no, not her, but she's also fucking annoying. No, I'm talking about not the redhead, but the blonde elf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her. She was literally pissing me off the entire time because she couldn't. She was like, "Oh, Alisa, princess, you don't need to hang out with Bale. Bale's just nothing." Then they see this nigga do all this, and they still talking mad shit about him. It's like, no way. I'm like, I'm just hoping. Like I haven't read the light novel or anything. I hope she's like, oh damn, he's actually kind of cool. Because like I can't wait for him to pull off his shit again. Like he just goes fucking ham, like he did against that bull. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna talk about some Kitsune no Yaiba. I appreciate because when I first started the series, as you know, a lot of y'all niggas in the Discord always hype these series up, and I put them on a recommendation list and whatnot. But I never get the chance to read it. But I do appreciate how it's about 26 episodes. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, Kimetsu no Yaiba is actually a really good series. But it kind of feels like a Black Clover that gets to the point quicker. And so like there's
Jesus, even quicker than Black Clover. I mean,
like no, because sorry, but with Black Clover, the thing is with Black Clover is it kind of feels like it really got good around chapter 96, 97, and the chapter called Transformation. But in this one, it got really good on like chapter 60, and it gets into another big arc called the Red Light District that really got us all really hooked into the series. And unfortunately, that's more of a season 2 arc that will be covered. Yeah. So, but I've been enjoying Kimetsu no Yaiba. The studio's showing it a lot of love, and it, like honestly, like the art is just like I don't know, like the lines are like because you know how they usually hide the lines in the series in like TPN, like in Kimetsu no Yaiba's anime, like the art style, like the lines are everything. So it's just like I love it. Like the art style,
the animation
it's just beautiful to
alone
watch.
makes it top tier. I mean, I will give them the benefit of the doubt with the animation. I see this nigga Satsuki at the fucking Freedom State talking about Kingdom anime don't exist. Facts.
What anime?
Nothing.
Oh God, they posted it in chat. My God.
Yeah, that's why we don't talk about that here. We don't talk about here. We're not talking about no fairy tale. Fairy tale is going to continue till that shit ends, and they might do OVAs for the whatever's happening currently. That's all. So Z, I know you're the type of person that be on top of these harem animes coming out. So was there any recommendations coming up this season in particular?
Oh hell yeah, I got you, fam. There's only one you need to worry about, and that is. Hold on, let me make sure I have it pulled up on mine.
Because I'll be perfectly honest. I mean, besides the heavy hitters in particular, I have not been looking up like what certain animes are coming up this season.
Here we go. So. It's Kobo Hentai Demo Suka no Kara. These fucking names, I fucking screw. Basically, it's like I fucking hate these names. They don't have an English translation, but basically, like, will you please like hentai if it's cute?
All right, straightforward.
Yeah.
It is.
Basically,
Okay.
it's about a high school boy
Bruh.
trying to find out who his Cinderella is because she left her pennies in his locker or whatever it's called.
Nigga, what?
Yes, and he
That's
basically goes around trying to find out which girl it is out of the 6 girls it could be. And like it's like yo, and basically I don't want to spoil it for you, but like basically this is kind of like yo, what's your fetish? You like big boobs? You a masochist? You a submissive? You like lollies? You like to be sniffed or something? You like to sniff? You like boys love and shit like that? We got all you. Yeah, this is basically yo, we got your kinks, so come watch us. So yeah, and I'm loving the manga with him trying to find out which girl it is, and every time he thinks it's her and it's not, and they just go wild, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so good.
There was an anime that I was hearing about that's coming up this season. It's the generic isekai. It was about this kid and his mom, and the mom is apparently super broken or some shit, and then he has nothing, I believe. But let alone, point is they get transported to this world, fight a demon lord, the usual.
Oh, that isekai bullshit. Isekai is.
I mean, I'm gonna say this now. I don't think there's a problem with things being cliche or generic, but I think the problem is that you see so much of it, you just get oversaturated seeing the same stories just with a different character's face or a different pair of tits.
Hmm. Which one is that? The cheap magician or which isekai are you talking about?
I'll be perfectly honest, I don't remember.
I
I'm just
saw
scrolling.
a trailer for it, but like it didn't look interesting to me.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the one for cheap magician. It actually did look interesting to me. Like I
Cheap.
think, yeah, cheap
Scroll up to that
magician.
one. Yeah, I was gonna right here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not like a fan of isekais, especially like I've seen too much of you get sent to another world and you're absolutely broken.
yeah. I actually, but that's the thing. I haven't watched a lot of them. I've seen a couple or little or whatever like that. But this one actually, from the trailer I saw, the powers look cool. The animation was good. Something about yeah, there's nothing special about it for sure. But I don't know. I like the idea of him being a magician, like doing that flamboyant, like Mr. Compressed stuff. Like if he's doing something like that, I'd be kind of interested in that.
Yeah, Perry, that I'm looking back in Freedom State, dog. We don't talk about this shit. This shit's like horrendous.
Yeah, that's the wildest thing I've ever seen on the anime. So I can't believe
Yeah.
that.
Is that supposed to be CGI or?
That's CGI, my nigga.
Wait for what?
We don't talk about the name here because it's so goat.
Oh, you talking about that? Yeah, no.
I just can't believe how they fucked it up like that. And that Studio Perry, dog. I mean, seriously. I mean, if I had to say like top 5 worst studios, it'd definitely be up there. Doesn't mean they're completely trash, but I mean, damn, you fuck up Kingdom like that.
I
Yeah,
mean,
like
that looked like some early 2000s reboot type CGI.
Nah, it looks like some like PlayStation 2 startup screen shit.
Yeah. Hey,
They asked for some mid, so they sent me, dog. That's Studio Period, man. They never make a good anime adaptation. It's always okay.
Naruto was filler hell.
Oh,
Boruto is. I'm not even going to.
but
I
Boruto,
want to do a Boruto stream. I so want to do a Boruto stream, just shit on it. But at the same time, I know the fanboys are going to come after me for this shit. But I don't give a damn because, to be perfectly honest, they have to admit, like, okay, deep down, you're going to not tell me that Boruto has been trash because, I mean, the manga's been hidden. The manga has actually been hidden. I'll admit that
yeah.
shit. The whole Naruto versus what's her name, Delta, might have been some like rip off Android 18 shit, but I admit it was actually pretty entertaining how he wasn't going full out at first because Naruto could destroy her easily, but we're not gonna just
nah, bro,
demean that
I
nigga.
gotta disagree with you. That gen was trash. Yo. I was just reading that gen, like, why is this happening? Why are you wasting my like multiple months with this garbage ass fight, son?
I
I got
mean, wasn't it like 2 or 3 months worth of 40 pages of shit?
the fight was definitely more than one chapter. That was way too many chapters for that fight. It should be like half a chapter at maximum, yo.
Yeah, it was a long fight,
Like
and I don't know why they continued it.
the fact that Naruto had to have somebody come in and intercept a blow for him, that should fill me with rage, yo.
Yeah, that nigga Kawaki came in and did that shit. I said that's trash. Okay, I have to admit that. So I'm over here and I'm looking at the OVAs that are coming out. So I appreciate, I really do. I appreciate the whole reincarnated as a slime OVA. That shit needs to be a thing because I admit that was probably one of the best animes that came out of the winter season.
What are we talking about?
Reincarnated as a slime.
like he reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah, they're having an OVA or some shit.
Oh, that one. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a thing. Hey, strike the blood.
I'm definitely say that's why I said Ezekiel is my nigga because he knows all this shit. He probably watched just as much, if not more than me. That's what I'm talking about. We could sit here and just talk about freaking harem and hentai all this all day, but we ain't doing that shit right.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah. Oh, Mule Tights is still going.
hold on, where did slime anime end? Because I read the manga and I was super far ahead, so I want to know where the
It
anime
ended right before he went past that hero girl. That might be kind of a bit of a spoiler for niggas, but I know it was like it ended right before. It was like right as they got the spirits, the little kids.
Oh, okay. I know where it is. Dang, that's
Okay.
only where That's only where the anime is. Jesus Christ.
I feel like that's okay because if they went in more, because I haven't read the light novel or the manga or anything. I kind of wikied it, so I kind of know a synopsis of what happens. But just going off what happens, I mean, it's some shit's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, some crazy stuff that. Oh, you a wiki type of person?
If it's for okay, like so like a series like Shield Hero, I'm doing the same thing now. Like certain animes, if I'm really intrigued by it in particular, I will sit here and actually just wiki it, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna definitely want to read this shit.
Why don't you just read the manga?
Oh shit!
Like, I
Shit.
just don't have the
Hey.
time to sit there and just read it. But if I could read the wiki, at least a synopsis of what's happening, because I mean that's normally because I'm so intrigued by this series. But yeah, trust me, I am trash for reading the wiki than reading the manga. I admit that.
Yeah, I just want to say like let's cut this conversation here because I remember earlier this year we had a whole thing about can the person read the wiki or whatever, and that became a whole thing. But yeah,
No,
No. I'm not gonna make that shit. No. That's
no,
canceled.
no. We're not even doing that. I was just asking because when now that he's explained it, I completely understand because I don't have a lot of time to watch or read like I used to. So it's like the only time the only time I really read the wiki is if like a story has like a real rich lore, like what's the show called? Supernatural. How you doing, my
Yo,
man?
my nigga Rex, the fucking mod hater. I know he's not here right now. He says he's gonna pull through when he can. He's busy right now. I think he said he's at work, but I appreciate you coming through, fam.
Yeah, but my bad. Let me
Nah, you
but yeah,
good.
but the supernatural or whatever that has a really rich lore. But I'm not sitting through all those episodes, so I'll just like read the wiki. And what happens with the wiki is, especially with something with a rich lore, it's like you read one thing, then you want to know what this one thing is. Then you spend like 5 hours just like reading up on like different stuff that would have took you like maybe 20 more hours to get. So
I'll say this: reading the wiki, sometimes you're getting a bastardized version of whatever it is you're reading. So it's like if you're reading like a synopsis of Konosuba, and you want to know about his whole situation with Aqua, but if you're not trying to watch the anime for whatever reason, or trying to read the light novel or the manga, you're just getting a bastardized version of it. But I do like just bringing up Konosuba. I'm looking at the summer movies coming up because I don't really check the movies out for these animes, but I definitely will check out the Konosuba one because I'm sure it's going to be based off a light novel or two at least.
Oh, Konosuba, the manga and anime.
Uh, Anime. They're doing a movie August 30th. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
have you guys already? Oh my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you guys already covered every single anime of the season?
No, I'm
Like,
just going over the movies and shit. If I was going to ask y'all, was there in particular an order? What anime were y'all looking for in particular, and what was you looking forward in said anime, like a synopsis of it, if you could?
well, I think we should go through the list because I haven't really looked at the 2019 list myself. All I know is just like the big ones like Fire Force and stuff like that.
All right. I believe. Let me see if I sent a link of the website I'm screenshotting off of, and it should be. So if y'all want to pull it up, with you can. Otherwise, you could just take your time with me scrolling down as slow as possible. But
We're just send it up.
should be in the Hangouts chat link. Let me double check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. Okay.
yeah, I'm super hyped for like Dr. Stone.
Oh hey
'Cause I enjoy.
well, do me a favor, scroll down a little bit.
Scroll down. Let's see. How far down exactly?
Just okay, wait, no, go back up. It's white. It's up top of Firefox. Click on that one.
This one?
Yeah. The one with White Fox Studio and
White Fox? Yeah, this one.
Yeah, click on that anime. I'm trying to make sure if that's the white one I read or not.
Let's see. If I click on it, I might have to.
I don't see the link in the Hangout thing.
Oh, that is trash. Hold on. I got you.
I'll put it in Dustin's server just now.
It's in a group.
Okay.
Because I had that page pulled up too already. I saw the page you was on. I already had pulled it up.
Yeah, you talking about this Z Killer?
Yeah. Oh yeah. from a commonplace to the world's strongest. Watch this anime. This anime is like, yo, fuck you guys. I don't give a shit about any of my classmates. Like basically, this anime is about he gets his classroom gets sent to another dimension, and everybody's treated like heroes, but he doesn't have a good power, so he's treated like trash and all that.
What is it called?
Um,
From commonplace to the world's strongest.
yes, like so this guy starts out like, yo, like weak as shit, but then he becomes a fucking monster because of his special ability. I don't want to spoil what that ability is, but like I love abilities like this for multiple reasons. Just
It kind
because
of sounds like the gamer to me. Kind of sounds like the gamer where the guy's life became the game, and then no, he didn't know shit, but then now he's stronger than everyone around him. That and even though the people that have been around him for like that have been in like this something called the abyss for years, and there's some people that just like that his special ability just made him surpass them all like very quickly.
well, you know what? I'll just tell you what the ability is because it's not really that much of a spoiler.
I mean, I don't particularly care for spoilers, but I don't know how other
like,
niggas are.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so his ability is basically I'm able to consume anything with my right hand and basically take upon its skills. So basically, he consumes anything he wants with his right hands and like be able to use parts of its skills. And basically, like hell, he made a gun out of using the skill basically after he lost the use of his right arm by a monster.
Hell yeah, yeah. What's good, Wave? What's good? What's good, my nigga?
So like, if you got time, guys, check this anime out.
So it kind of sounds like he's like Mega Man. Like he takes parts of things and adds it to himself. Like not consistently, but he can just do it.
Yes, and he's not too overpowered to where like he's one-shotting creatures. Like it's actually strategy. He actually gets health and like and all that.
So what's the tone like? Because from what you say, like he gets transported to a fantasy world and he gets treated like crap. It sounds. I'm sorry. Let me just finish ask this question. I'm saying for what you're saying, it sounds kind of like very much like a Rising of the Shield hero in terms of like he gets treated like crap. But like
not too much like not too much like what you're thinking.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I want to ask you, what's the tone like? Because Shield hero has a very specific tone.
It's pretty dark and grim at points. Like I want to say you're gonna see people getting cut in half, and like it's a seinen.
Okay, I got you.
It's gonna be a lot darker. Like I'm not sure if it's like any like things like rape in there because I only got so far into it before I heard anime was coming. But like it's pretty dark at some points. Like where you're like, oh shit.
So would you say it's darker than Shield Hero?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
If I must say, I've been hearing people actually call out the Shield Hero anime. I admit now I haven't read the manga and I haven't read the light novel. I've been reading comments from people actually criticizing the Shield Hero anime, saying that how Nafumi's been in particular, and because in the manga they make him straight up like sound like he's Jason Todd.
Oh yeah, man, he is. Oh, dude, the manga changed. I mean, the anime changed a bunch of shit I didn't like.
Like in the manga, he's such a savage.
Yeah, in the manga, he really is a savage.
Like, especially doing the trial with the like he was like, no, fuck you guys, off with your fucking heads. He's like, kill them, execution. You guys, fuck you guys. And like the thing is, it was not the queen begging him to like, because it was like she begged him to do it to let her daughter and the king go, and like how she was gonna sacrifice her life if need be. In the manga, it's like in the light novel manga, she's like, no, you don't really have a choice. You're not gonna kill them. I know you're not gonna kill them because you don't pretty much have an option, because she's like, she can't allow them to be killed because basically if they die, people are gonna get mad and angry because the king has royalty. The king has followers because he served in the Great War before, and he has friends in high places, and so does Milky. So that's why they want to left. That's why
Milky definitely has some places of people in high places. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly, but it's also not a good look for the prestige of the royal family to murder two of their royal family members. So she and I kind of feel like there's that moment when when the queen arrives, like when Nafumi used his shield, like the panels in the manga were so intense, but then in the anime, that was some bitch shit because because seriously, like the intensity of him using the cursed shield in the manga was next level. Like some of the moments that he had was crazy, and in the anime, just like I didn't feel that level of intensity, that level of like he's like, you know what, fuck everything, fuck you, fuck everyone, but like that Riley moment in the Boondocks, he's basically like that in his mind, and he's like wishing death upon everyone, and the guy just basically like, and then he has to like he has to pull himself back out of that so he doesn't get lost in the power. So I think that, and then afterwards, when he has that conversation with the queen, like him and the queen's conversations, it's a dynamic where they're kind of on the same intellectual level, where and the interact and the conversations together are actually quite like enjoyable to like experience, and I don't get that feel in the anime at all.
Damn,
Okay.
niggas
Bruh,
racing
who's
and shit.
speeding?
No, my bad. I'm in a car now.
Nah, you
Motorcycle.
good, you good. I know you said you will take some time, so let me ask you this, Rex. I appreciate you coming through. Are there certain animes in particular you're looking up to this season?
Well, after just looking through the list, there's only about one, honestly, that I'm really looking forward to. Well, actually, there's two. One is a Roan to Catch Girls in the Dungeon. The second season of that, because I felt like that was really,
Ah,
I felt that was really
right.
good first season, and I know that the ending of the first season like different, very far from the manga and the light novel. So I want to see if they're gonna retcon that or whatever. Because I feel like when they made the first
Wait,
season, I feel like when they made the
you
first
talking
season, they
about?
were what? Go ahead.
No, wait. What do you mean that they messed up the anime? I read the manga, and like from what I've seen of the manga, the anime followed
Or the light
this.
novel. It was something where like the ending was different from like I. That's what I heard originally. I don't know if it was true or not, but that's what I was hearing from people. Like the ending was a little rushed or like it skipped a lot of stuff. So that's what I heard. I haven't read it myself yet, but that's one I'm looking forward to. And then the other one I'm looking forward to is Fire Force. Not because of the story or anything. I just really love the art and animation. So I just want to see some fire scenes. Cause I read some of the Fire Force manga and I think the story is just mediocre. So I mean,
Ooh, okay, we might have a hockey clash now.
No,
Holy
that's
oh
all.
shit.
yeah,
Rex already knows what the deal is. I'm gonna catch his ass as soon as we leave this call, son, in the
my,
chat.
my bad. I just think that I don't know if you saw that Reddit link I posted, Marvelous.
No, I didn't see that.
You
I'm gonna
gonna have to post that somewhere, my nigga, because I
I'm
have to
gonna
check that shit out.
I'm gonna post it again, on Reddit, I basically asked, I was like, why hasn't Fire Force garnered their attention and the praise that other manga have that have like shorter time, frames and are, newer and stuff. And then a lot of the fans on the Reddit was just like, I think it's because one, it's in a smaller magazine than Shonen Jump.
Yup,
It's a shonen, but it's not in Shonen Jump. And
exactly.
then some people were saying that what's another reason they gave? One dude came out and he wrote like a really long paragraph and he was just saying how he dropped Fire Force because he felt like it dragged and like the story wasn't as he said he like it felt like it was just very average and it wasn't doing anything new to reinvent the wheel. It was just doing more of the same.
Yeah, well, that guy was a pedophile, so that doesn't matter.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, whoever that guy was that said that, he confirmed pedophile. So his opinion, we don't take that into facts. But anyway, so moving on then from you talking that BS, son.
That segue.
No. Yeah.
Let's
Oh
move on
man,
from this shit. I'm not trying to make this shit a fucking hockey clash.
Oh no, bro.
Rex, I'm not gonna let you do it, bro. I'm gonna come at you, bro. I'm gonna come at you.
Pause.
I'll tell you right now, I will let it go on until I think this shit drags out and end the stream. I'll tell you that right now. If y'all niggas actually go through this shit, but let's just move on with this shit.
Let me read this real quick. This is what he said. The pedophile,
Jesus Christ,
as
he's
Barlow.
gonna do it. He's gonna do
No,
it.
he just said He said, as someone who dropped it and is waiting for the anime, in my opinion, it had pacing problems for a couple of arcs. He said, by chapter 5, we're introduced to a villain knowingly knows something about the MC's past. There's nothing wrong with this, except we haven't had any time to care about the MC. In comparison, Naruto has yet to go out on a mission. We're still getting to know Luffy, Zoro, and then Soul Eater already had done a 3-man character arc that allowed us to get to know our lovable main characters and put them in situations where we care for their lives. Fire Force didn't earn the reader's care.
Why are you comparing Fire Force that came out like in 2015 or 16 to series that came out 20 years ago and 15 years ago? Pacing is way different for animes now than it was back then. So as I said, this guy's an old pedophile. He sits in his basement and he just moves along into hentai series like that one that we was talking about earlier with the harems. That's why he don't like Fire Force. And you know what I didn't notice though? There's one here because they got all these freaking they got all these Japanese titles, but there was one that was interesting to me. If we can move on from you hating on Fire Force.
I'm not hating on it. I just said it's all right. Real quick, this is what we need to stop doing. When someone says a series is average, or we need to stop looking at it as hate.
When someone lies,
yeah, you said the story was mediocre. Like, come on, bro.
That's average. Yeah. That is average.
Mediocre. No, it's not
average.
Nobody ever uses mediocre as a compliment, bro. It's used as an insult.
Yeah, mediocre is just like you're trash.
It means average. It literally means average.
It doesn't matter what it means. A bitch means a female dog, but we don't use it in that context, does it? Everybody knows when you call something mediocre, you're saying a certain thing about it.
Okay, well, I'm using it the way it's meant to be used, and I'm saying it's an average series. There's nothing wrong.
All right. Do you think it's an average series? If you say it's an average series, then you didn't mean it was mediocre.
Okay.
We've been through this before, Rex. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why? You know how I'm gonna react. I'm not gonna be reasonable about it, bro. I'm the number one Fire Force fan for a reason.
All right, moving on. I
was gonna say, mommy, look, niggas wildin'. I was gonna post a meme and everything because y'all niggas wildin' straight up.
Yeah, there's 4 series I'm interested in like right now for anime. So like obviously Kimetsu no Yaiba, Dr. Stone. I actually enjoyed Dr. Stone. I stopped because I found out there's an anime coming up, and I'm like, I'll just wait for that and see how that goes. I got to like chapter 20 and I enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to the anime. Fire Force because I've been hearing a lot of noise about it, and Marvelous said it was good, so I gotta give it a shot. And then there's a slice of life thing called Tagagi-san, which I watched the first season. It was kind of whatever, but like it's kind of like that. It's kind of like a palate cleanser where it's just kind of like when you usually have the deep plot, whatever, instead of like a simple slice of life that you can just sit by and watch just like mindlessly. That's the kind of series I'd probably watch. So I'll go for that one.
Question. Well, I don't know how many of y'all like have a lot of time to watch anime and stuff, but Flame just said something about palate cleanser. Do you guys have time for palate cleansers anymore?
It's kind of a vibe for me, to be honest. I just like I'll be like going through like anime funny moment compilations, and I'll see something that's like, oh, I kind of want to be interested in it, and then I'll check it out, and I actually enjoyed it. Like there's that monster. That's the monster. There's the demi human whatever Monster Girls anime I watched like. I think like 6 months ago, and I just saw like a clip of it, and I gave it a shot, and I actually pretty much enjoyed it. So, it's kind of like you gotta like if it catches your eye, that's it. But otherwise, you'll probably be stuck with whatever you're stuck with.
I never really been a person to watch a lot of anime. Like it's just a couple that I'll follow. So I've never really done the palate cleansers in terms of the series I'll watch. But every now and then I'll catch an episode of something, and it'll just be a nice little, I guess, palate cleanser.
Yo, so like for me especially, like because I watched a lot of anime, like I've been watching anime shit for over 15 years now, and like when I got my computer and I finally got my subscription to Crunchyroll back in like 2012, like I used to watch every anime from the season. Like not every anime. I would drop some like after the 3 episodes or whatever, but like I would give them all a try. Now, I look at the list. I see which one has the most hype, and that's the one I watch. And most of the times I drop it for the manga because I could read it faster. I could get through it faster.
That's reasonable. That makes sense. If I could bring up a couple that I noticed on the paper here, I mean, not on the paper on the list. There's one here that I've heard a lot about. I've actually because I listen to a podcast, a weekly manga recap, and sometimes I'll listen to a whole episode and they'll mention this series that's on the page here, Katana no Astra or Kanata no Astra. It's called Astra Lost in Space. I've never actually read it, but I did see a part of the trailer, and the story seems very interesting to me. So it's definitely something that's been around for a while. I don't know if it maybe even ended already, but it's definitely been a long running series, and it's about the year 2061 when people can travel in space commercially, and it's a group of kids in a spaceship on a trip, and they get sent like really far away from the planet they're supposed to be going to, and they gotta like survive in space and get back to where they gotta go. So that seemed like a pretty interesting series.
Oh, I heard about that show.
Yeah,
I heard the manga was good.
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about the manga.
Yo,
I'm
yo,
gonna
yo, what's good, Wave? What's good? What's good?
check it
Yo,
out.
what's up, y'all boys? What's up?
What's up,
Hello,
Wave?
Wave.
Ain't shit.
Just talking about summer 2019 anime in particular. Are there any particular animes you're looking forward to?
Villain Saga, Bem, maybe Fire Force, and I hope Doctor Stone is better animated than it is a manga. I find it pretty boring.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
hold
me
on a
too.
second. So hold on a second. You guys don't like the manga of Doctor Stone that much? Can you tell us what kind of issues you have with it? Because he had asked earlier, what are some things that people like they
Oh,
dislike it or whatever like that, and I've never
Oh,
heard any of them.
yeah.
well, here's my issue with it. I feel like it has a pacing problem where a chapter will happen, a lot will happen, but nothing will happen at the same time. It was like they would have information in the chapter, but it would give me nothing to care about, and it was like it was going extremely slow. Apparently, it picked up, but this is the same problem I had with One Piece, is where the start is super slow, and like it's like, and you're really hoping that people like are invested in like the potential of it. And if you don't get invested in that potential, like I understand why people drop it and don't like stick with it because it's really slow. Like I hope the anime with like the animation and music and stuff, it actually gives people something to grab onto. Because other than that, like I dropped a chapter like the manga like in chapter like 15, and I'm like I can't keep reading this week to week. It's not entertaining me.
Okay. What about you, Wave?
I just feel like the story's boring.
Okay, simple enough.
Yeah,
Simple enough.
that's
But
why I
see,
hope. That's why I hope the anime draws me in much more than the manga did. Because
I
there's some
feel you
things
on
that
that.
are just some things are just better as anime.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Although Doctor Stone, it does a lot of it does a lot of like scientific formulas and like, and now let's take a moment to tell you why this is. You add this and you do this to that, and then that's how you get like, a flower or whatever like that. So that might
Well,
work better in animation where you could like, it could be like a little montage, or it might be worse when you don't like, you can't just focus and just read what it's saying there with like a still shot. So I can see it going either way actually.
well,
Like those informative moments in Doctor Stone is actually what I liked about it, and then the main character Senku was like he's basically like everything about the series. He's
oh that's
and,
another thing I
and
didn't like about it.
You didn't like Senku?
No, no,
Nigga's
no, no, no,
great.
no, no, no. Which one is Senku?
The main
Senku's
character.
the main character with the big ass hair,
He's
the
Doctor
white hair.
Stone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he.
So this is a rare instance where I like the other dude more with the black hair, the super strong one.
The,
Oh
the
my
one with the
god.
girl,
Yes, it went. Oh
the
well, I
the
guess
bitch with the clown-eyed eyes.
I guess this is kind of spoilers.
Yeah, don't spoil, because it's
I'm
kind
not
of a
gonna
big
spoil it.
anime.
Yeah, but like I, when I found out that the dude with the blonde hair was or the big hair was the main character, I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna like this show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it does kind of give you the impression that the other guy is the main character from the
And
first couple
no,
chapters.
not
It
even the main
does.
character. I thought that it would at least be the both of them. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah,
focus. And then when I
yeah.
found out it was the other dude, I was like, okay, I guess. And then like you know, when you were saying like how they explain stuff and they go into like great details about the science, I think
Yeah.
Food Wars actually does that really well, where like they'll break down the food and stuff, and you're interested and engaged. Like when they're breaking down like why the food tastes the way it does, or why it does what it does when you like put it on. Like so, I think that Dr. Stone just doesn't do it as good as Food Wars when he like goes into his really deep dive explanations.
Hey man, one series is cut, one isn't. I'm just saying.
One is what?
Ooh.
He said one is cut and one is not.
Yeah, yo, Food Wars got the bleach treatment, 3 chapters.
Well,
That
Hey,
shit's done.
relax,
well,
fam.
well,
We still got
it was ending regardless. What are you talking about?
but Food Wars has not ended yet. It still got 4 more chapters.
No, I
Are
thought
you
it,
sure? I'm
no,
pretty
it's
sure
ended.
No,
it is.
it's done.
No,
It's
it's
done
ended.
already.
No,
It's
no, it's
already
not.
ended.
It got picked up by Shonen Jump Giga basically.
Yeah,
It got
and
4
it's gonna do
chapters
like he's
using
gonna do
4
like
chapters. to finish
complete
the
wrap
Oh,
manga.
up.
you mean
Complete
Shogeki
wrap
no
up.
Sama La Dessert or whatever?
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
perfectly honest, I haven't
Oh,
read
I'm
the
talking. Well,
whole chapters of Food Wars ever since the fucking time skip because that shit was trash. I mean, that nigga Soma becomes the first seat in fucking Food Wars and then gets negative by this dude coming out of here saying that he's his brother. That shit's trash.
Yeah, now someone became trash.
Yeah, I don't know.
But,
See, because I feel differently than you. I feel like Food Wars is kind of, it's like a little fluff or whatever like that. It's nothing that really gets me invested whatsoever. Like I could definitely see myself watching a Food Wars anime and just have that joint on in the background or whatever like that. But like Dr. Stone gets me very interested in the way that they break things down. But I might just come down to my personal interest because I'm more interested in science than I am in food.
nigga, you know you eat all the time.
Nigga, you ain't never made me a plate, Rex. So sit the fuck down.
Man,
See,
I
my
know.
thing with Food Wars was is that it wasn't about really the whole cooking in particular with me. It's more of a I would almost say slice of life kind of like I wouldn't even call it
Comedy.
like a generic harem, but you get what I'm saying. Like you got all the fan service and whatnot. I mean, who was it the other day? I think it was Opio posted this shit in Freedom State in the porn section and put that shit up with the fucking cover page for this shit. Like
Oh
the
yeah, the cover.
manga is honestly wild.
Oh yeah, with all the girls and the syrup and whatever, and
It was
yeah.
like
Yeah.
chocolate syrup and freaking whipped cream. It's like nigga.
I mean, I hope Dr. Stone anime is better than the manga because I literally would read it and I would be falling asleep, bro. Like reading it, and that's never happened before. I was like,
So
there's no.
I take it, Rex. You subscribe to what a lot of people say about Doctor Stone, saying it's Doctor Mid.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I do.
it's documented.
I don't
But
know, man. When I was reading Doctor Stone, niggas were just saying, "Yo, it's mid." I'm like, "The fuck, y'all? Are we reading the same series?"
Yeah, it's not.
yeah, the first listen to me, bro. The first 20 chapters are grand. They're great. They're cool. But then the more you get, and the more science starts to become a plot convenience, so, as opposed to an actual way of solving, like it's like he starts to come up with these just conveniently. And then once we start branching out, we start seeing different people, and they start establishing, political grounds and stuff like that. I feel like it falls off, and it becomes slow.
Yeah.
And
See,
then the other part is
I
boring.
agree. I see. To me, I feel like I agree with you in the fact that the beginning is the strongest part, where the mystery is the highest, because it's like we don't know what's gonna happen from chapter to chapter, and then once it kind of settles into the status quo of okay, now we have this, and then now we're going out and working on things, rather than every chapter is damn, I'm trying to bring a person back for a specific reason. To me, that was the strongest part of the series, but I still really appreciate the characters and the setting, so I
I'm glad.
still like it.
I'm glad you said that, Marvelous, because I know people like to say Promised Neverland is like great, but I think that it was always doomed to fail. Like it not
Okay,
live up to the.
y'all niggas are
But listen.
performing a satanic ritual to summon AMG in this fucking
Yo,
chat. I'm telling you straight
wait,
up.
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
Go
no,
wait.
ahead.
Are we
Go
wait,
ahead.
wait? Are we talking anime? Or are we talking like the
no,
manga?
no, 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 no. When I say fail, I don't mean as it's not going to be good. I'm saying it's not going to live up to the hype of the first arc,
Yeah, I can
or
Okay,
see that.
okay, okay.
ever reach that level. Because when Promised Neverland first came out, it came out as a mystery thriller. You know what I mean? In mind games and like tactician, like all of that was like what it was. And like each chapter was like the plot progressed like very kind of slow, but it was just like intriguing to see how the kids uncovered everything and how they was going against an adult or whatever with their genius, and the adult was a genius as well. And they got Sister Crone coming in, so it was like, holy shit, this is amazing. The moment they got outside the walls,
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
that kind of stopped, and what people really was looking forward to the manga week to week stopped, and it was like, and I feel like that's probably come the same thing with Doctor Stone, where what initially grabbed people's attention
Well,
isn't
yeah.
what
Don't spoil too much though.
I haven't read that far in Doctor Stone, so I can't spoil anything.
Well, it sounded like you already had spoiled something, but all
No,
right.
no. But you said you read chapter 27. I said I stopped at chapter 15. So
All
you're
right.
more ahead of me. So I was just saying, like, I guess after they established whatever the, you know, the status quo, whatever, what they was gonna do for the future,
Uh-huh.
it wasn't what initially got people into the story. And I will still say it would have benefited from the other dude being the MC.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah,
the other
Rex.
dude. Go ahead.
Sorry, Rex. Perry said in the chat, it's funny Rex said that because the mangaka had the black-haired character was the MC, but switched to Senku because of the editors. I could see that happening.
Yeah,
Because it did kind of seem like the black-haired guy was the main character.
because
Yeah.
I'm just saying it would have been like if the science was like kind of like the backdrop, and we saw this strong dude or whatever trying to figure out. Like if we didn't have a dude who's already was knowledgeable about science and he was actually just trying to learn it from like his friend, and we just saw him using his strength with the science, yo, I think it would have been better. But because it's all science, like it loses some of its initial flair.
We see.
Like I disagree though. I do feel like it did feel like it did start with the other guy as the MC, but it was called Dr. Stone from the beginning.
Yeah.
So it was obviously supposed to be about the guy using science or some type of intelligence.
Well,
There's a possibility. There's a possibility that it was introduced under a different name, and they changed it to Dr. Stone. And then the next few chapters were changed to have Senku as the main character.
Or it could have been like the dumb dude. I'm not gonna say, well, he is kind of slow, but like the other dude, he was like kind of slow at first, and then he started getting more knowledgeable. Then he became Doctor Stone. You know what I mean? It could have been like that.
Yeah, it could have been, but to me that would have been more generic and more normal. I feel like having the genius character who's a little bit crazy off his rocker, like because he kind of reminds you of like Rick from Rick and Morty. We don't have a lot of shonen, in my opinion, main characters who are like that. They're more usually a strong, morally upright guy like the black-haired guy like we're talking about.
Yeah, but that's where it could have deferred. He could have got smarter, and also lost like due to how messed up the situation was on Earth, lost the sense of his morality and stuff.
Well, you're writing a whole different series then. You talk about he's gonna change his morality or whatever like that. I mean, yeah, it could have been,
but what I'm saying is like it was kind of set up like that way where not set up like where he would change his morality and all that, but it was set up in a sense where the black haired dude would learn because he was learning stuff.
Well, he still could because I mean you didn't get that far in the series to see what he does, but I mean he still has the ability to do that.
Yeah, I mean I guess.
So I wanted to give a shout out to Raven. He's catching up to Black Clover. I think he said he's like 15 more chapters and then he'd be caught up. So shout out to him.
He said
Clover,
I just talked to him right now. He said he's caught up already.
Oh, he's caught up already. Oh, damn, nigga.
Yeah. The nigga went on a 2-hour streak and just caught up right now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's fucking goat. That's how you do it. When you get into a series, no matter what it is, even if I call fucking Fairy Tail mid, when a person says they're invested into something and they truly are invested, you will read 20 to 30 chapters before the day is over, and then you be looking forward to more. That's what it's about.
Facts. That's why I did with The Promised Neverland and My Hero Academia and Kimetsu no Yaiba. Those I caught up to all 3 series in 3 days. So I was just not hooked.
Question about Black Clover. I know everyone likes to hype it up, but is it really worth me to to binge it right now, or should I wait a little bit more to get more done? Because where I'm at in the manga right now, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's like I caught up in January. So from January to now, do you think I should just catch back up?
Okay. If you don't want to be spoiled by Black Clover, just mute yourself or just don't listen. Okay, where did you leave off? What was the chapter? What's the last thing you remember?
The elves. There were elves. They're elves, right?
Yeah.
The
elves were coming in.
If he's talking about from January, then the last thing he remembers is like everybody, like the elves, like coming out and forced to fight. Because after that, it's just been fighting.
Well, yeah, they was coming in the big rock ship or whatever, and Yami and the other captain was about to go on the rock ship right here on the right.
He didn't meet. He didn't
That's
meet that character yet. He didn't meet that character.
Oh, you
all right, my man.
you so far behind.
You
You're
too.
like how many chapters?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I stopped in January. That's where I left off at. That's why I caught, because that's where where I caught all the way up to the current where it was currently going on, and I didn't like reading it week to week, so I dropped it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, guys, I gotta head out soon.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming through, Z. Any final thoughts
see-
before we get back to the Black Clover exposition?
Yeah, watch every single anime that I listed. Watch Dachimai. If you haven't seen the first season, get on that. You can watch the spinoff, but if you drop it, I don't blame you. Watch Fire Force. Watch Is This an Accelerator? Watch what was the name of this? Will You Please Like Hentai If It's Cute? Watch that as well, because that's gonna be the anime of the year. I'm saying it right now. But other than that, thanks for inviting me, and I hope you all have a nice day. Peace.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming through, fam. Peace.
Peace, man.
Later.
But yeah, Rex, it gets really good from probably where you left off. There's a few more characters introduced that are key players in the arc, and it kind of seems like it's about to finish up. So we'll let you know when the arc is finished, and you can probably read the rest of the arc and see how you feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, cause like I really did enjoy Black Clover, but there were some glaring issues I had with it. I think it's an above average series. I think it's under. I think
This fucker.
Look, what? This dude. I can't
Above average series, yo.
Dude, if I don't call
this
anything,
nigga got me all the way fucked up.
if I don't call something the next best thing since sliced bread, y'all are gonna kill me.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's because for me personally, I feel like Black Clover is mid, and you put that joint over Fire Force. It makes me angry, son.
Well, I enjoy Black Clover a little bit more, but I think it's
talk that.
Y'all niggas are wild. I'm letting this man. Go ahead, Rex. You have the stage, my nigga.
I felt it was too fast paced. I felt that you didn't have really enough time to develop characters because of how fast paced it was. I think that it has some great characterization, and the characters introduced are all likable, but they're kind of one note. And I felt like the author is when we was in a My Hero stream today with Dustin, people were saying they felt like the current fight against the devil or whatever is going on way too long.
I haven't even read that part.
Yeah, but my bad. I didn't mean. I thought you was caught up. I thought everyone here was, but me. My bad, bro.
No, I'm only like 2 or 3 chapters back. I just
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind it. But so, and this is what I always said about Black Clover. I said because it's going so fast, if the author ever decided to slow down or take time to develop things, people will get upset because it's not how the series has been for the past. How many chapters is Black Clover in now?
210.
100 and what?
210.
210. Jesus Christ. So yeah. So for the past 210 chapters, it's been one way, and if he ever decides to slow down and develop stuff and really flesh stuff out, people will get upset because it's not what they're used to. So it always has to go on a breakneck pace, and that's a series can't survive that long doing it like that.
I honestly, I actually kind of feel like he did slow down recently. Because usually the arcs don't last as long, but it kind of felt like, ever since they got into this new base, it kind of feels like it feels like it's moving at the same pace, but I think it's a little slower than usual. Because usually by now the fight would be done, and then they'd be on to the next stuff. But I think I think in this specific arc, he's everything is coming together, so he slowed things down quite a bit to make sure he got it right. That's just my opinion, though.
Okay, I mean, I always say Black Clover is the most overhyped series at the same time. Because the stands, they make this seem like it's like the greatest shonen, and then the haters would say this is the worst thing to ever come out of shonen. So it's it's the end between there, bro. It's above average.
Well, Rex, so you asked, do we think you should catch up? if you want to ask my opinion, because I'm somebody who doesn't think as highly of Black Clover as most of the people here, I would say the part where you left off at, seeing as how this thing is about to get wrapped up, probably in the next like 10 chapters, I would say for sure. I would say maybe just hold off and then just finish the rest of the arc altogether once the arc is done, rather than catching up
Okay.
to where it is right now, where it's very close to the end.
Okay.
So that would be my advice.
Okay. Cool. I think I'll do that then.
And it's like for me, I don't really enjoy reading Black Clover week to week too much because for me, I read Black Clover up to like chapter. It must have been like up to like where it is in the anime now, almost. It was almost to that spot is where I read it up to, or maybe even further because I don't even. The anime it feels like it's further back than it is. But anyway, I read it all over the weekend, and I was like, all right, this is fine. You know, I'm enjoying reading it, whatever like that. But then from week to week, I like it doesn't catch my attention enough to like, oh, I got to come back and catch this chapter because I'm on the edge of my seat. It's just
I
like, all
felt.
right,
Yep. I felt the
It's
same way.
definitely more of a binge manga. Yeah, it's definitely more of a binge manga. For me, though, personally, the week to week is still fire. So it's kind of it's all depending. It's all subjective. It all depends on the reader, right? If the shit doesn't hit for you, it doesn't hit for you. I think Black Clover developed some characters more than enough and added, like if you're used to development that's like that's more frequent, then Black Clover might not be a series that kind of hits for you. For me, it's just kind of the characters, the fights, and the art that gets my attention. The fast pacing as well is something I like. But if you ever slowed it down, I would developed characters, I'd be all for it because what he did with Noel is still heat to this day.
I compare Black Clover and My Hero because they started off similar. They started off being very like generic shonen, and My Hero.
Mhm.
What happened with My Hero is it diverged from the common cliches that it started off with. What I think Black Clover did is refine the shonen tropes to like a good point, and it's been going like super fast pace with it. So I think that like they're both started off doing it, but I think Black Clover has continued because I don't think it has done anything new, has it? Like that's completely unique to Black Clover.
I mean, I would say no, but
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, I would say no too because from where I stopped at, I didn't see anything unique or new.
but also if I can just take a minute to get back on the topic that we was here for, I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Bakugan Battle Planet for Bakugan still going on. I didn't know that this drink that they still had it.
Oh, it's still going on.
Bakugan?
I
Yeah,
no,
a new
let me
season.
explain. Let me explain that. So it was one that I was iffy on. So Bakugan ended, I believe it was like 2012. This is kind of like a reboot. I have not seen anything. I have not checked anything. All I know is that it's a thing that's happening. I know there's toys in store you can get at Walmart today if you want to be that nigga. And in particular, but besides that, I mean, I think it's interesting that they're bringing it back, and I like that because just like with Beyblade and Yu-Gi-Oh, they're all those, it's just those series in particular. And I don't even think, to be perfectly honest, Pokemon started that trend of like the monsters being with partners with humans. I don't think Pokemon in particular started it off, but I think Pokemon was definitely the fire that kind of lit the sources under the wood, if you will, with those series. That's why you got like Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon. What's the other one called?
Digimon better than
The new
Pokemon.
shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I will say Digimon's better than Pokemon. I will go out and say that.
Okay. Well, yeah, I thought it was on some joint like Power Rangers where it's like, oh, you just assume that it ended, but it actually just been quietly chugging along in the background all these years. So
Nah, I think they brought it back. I think they brought it back like last year, maybe like an episode or two, just to see how it would start. But I can't really go into it. All I know is that the characters are completely. It's the original 6, as far as I know. It's just a reboot.
Okay.
all right, that's
Just like with Ben 10. Ben 10 still chugging along even with the reboot.
okay.
Man, that opening for Bakugan was fire. I have to get hyped to watch that shit.
I definitely admit so. I definitely admit that myself.
I never watched it, so I can't say.
just listen to the opening. That's the only reason I watched it.
Along the same lines, shout out to Duel Masters getting the anime. It's one of those OG card games that you always will see in the store, or you see like online when people talk about other card games or whatever like that, or other type of anime like that. And also shout out to Diamond No Ace, that
Oh, yeah,
baseball
Domino
series.
Ace is dope.
Yo,
Yeah, because you
OPO be praying and clapping right now in the chat.
where? Yo, how did you get to the chat for this joint?
No, I have to give you the link to the my channel for the video in particular. I'll give you the link for that shit, and then you just can join in the chat.
No, okay, I got you.
Yeah, but this season don't really have too many heavy hitters.
Yeah, I think this is the worst season this year.
But it's probably going to produce one of the best animes if Vinland Saga is done right. Because Vinland Saga is amazing.
Oh, Vinland Saga's done right? Hell yeah, my nigga.
Yeah, if Vinland
That's
Saga is done
definitely the
right,
first one I'm waiting for.
It's
Look,
probably anime of the year if Vinland Saga is done right.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good, but I think it's gonna fall in the same problems that the Berserk had.
Nah, because it's not 100% CGI.
Wrong link.
They really only use CGI for the background and shit. Huh?
Not even just a CGI, like Berserk the story and stuff like that. You know?
Oh no, Vinland Saga. The Berserk story is pretty decent, but I think Vinland Saga has a better story. If I'm just being honest.
Studio rushing the story, or like skipping over stuff, like animes.
Oh, if they skip, hopefully they won't.
Who's producing it? Who's the studio behind it?
Behind what? Vinland?
Vinland Saga.
Which studio? Same studio as Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay. Well, they're in good hands then. Vinland Saga.
It ain't fucking Perry yet, my nigga. My nigga Darius said he wants to come through, but his mic is trash. My nigga, as long as I can hear a word you're saying, you good. You can join this shit. I don't care. I'm not gonna roast you in my own stream about trash mics. I'm gonna roast you on everyone else's stream with trash mics.
Okay.
Yo, I think I had the comeback of the year, Trash Mac. Mike like 5 hours ago, but now I'm back with a Chris mic.
Oh yeah, and just nobody cares. Single word you will send a Destin stream.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I haven't changed mics at all.
I really want to watch the. I don't know if y'all talked about.
I think it was connections.
But I saw Russ was showing it the ReZero OVA. Can't wait to watch that. Yeah. That's this year, right?
Oh my god.
Yo,
what's good, Darius? What's good, my nigga? What is good? I've been waiting for you to get in the stream, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I want you to pull up for that Black Clover stream one of these days.
I'll try when I have some free time.
Yo,
all right. That's all it's about. I try to I can stream just about whenever, as long as I ain't fucking sleep. It's just I try to make it convenient for y'all niggas, because especially when you got niggas from all over the world. I mean, it's kind of hard. But like I said, so yeah, the ReZero OVA right here. It technically came out. It came out the 7th of this month, but I haven't seen nothing about it.
Oh, it already came.
Yeah, I guess they included it with the summer 2019 anime. But hey, it's fine with me, I guess. But the OVA I'm particularly worried about, since we're talking about OVAs again, is just the whole reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah, I mean that's a good series. So that OVO sounds good.
How does that have an OVA?
Nigga.
That's the truth.
I mean, 4 fucking episodes of introducing girl after girl definitely does that shit, dog. I admit that.
And you gotta play the game, man. That's it. Everything you get an OVA gives you clout, son. It's like, oh, this thing got an OVA. Okay, it must be important. But yo, you guys are burying the lead, son. If we're moving away from the TV shows, then you gotta look no further than the highlight of the summer is in 40 days and 18 hours, son. The
40
movie,
days, 18 hours. Are you talking about the whole movie shit?
the movies, man, the movie.
That you could. I mean, we'll go back and forth on the TV shows because I think we're done. I mean, fucking Konosuba is the one I'm waiting for in particular.
Yeah, that movie's good. I need new Konosuba. Like, there's a movie coming out for it, right?
Yeah, August 30th of this year. And my thing is this: if the movie does well in Japan, they're definitely going to do a season 3. There is no doubt about a season 3. I don't see why they wouldn't.
They have to. They have to.
But the movie that's taking the summer, definitely, One Piece Stampede.
Stampede, let's go, son. You
If
guys
that movie ass is fuck Oda, especially today, nigga.
yo. You know what? Is that Rex, son?
Nah.
I was about to say, this is Rex, man. I'm about to have to disown this nigga. son. Oh my god. Nah, that movie looks fire, man. That movie
I didn't
looks
say that,
fire.
but
So your
I
mic,
mean,
that movie was fire.
since we're here, and I'm sure a lot of y'all niggas already saw the trailer. What are your thoughts about the One Piece Stampede trailer?
that joint looked like Avengers Endgame, son. That's what that joint looked like, yo.
I haven't watched it.
Watch it.
Yeah, you could. But it looked, it looked. Yo, Rex, you gotta do something about your mic, bro.
Yeah, bro, you turning up crazy, nigga. Like somebody DJing your voice, nigga.
Wait, what's going on?
Are you good
like,
now?
Like the first 3 words you always say is like you're in the Matrix, then you step right back out to a normal society.
Damn.
But nah, the One Piece Stampede, you know what that joint reminds me of? It reminds me of like Film Z, and then you put that joint together with like just make it a much larger, bigger scale. Because One Piece Film Z was the first film that actually like brought in the lore of the story, where you see like with the Marines background and stuff like that, and make use of the side characters. It's not just the Straw Hats on isolated adventure. But then now this joint's just like a massive scale when you got the Grand Fleet in it, and you got Sabo and Rob Lucci back, and all the Marines, and the nigga from Roger's crew. So it was gonna be crazy.
I don't know who it was, but someone was saying how they keep using Rob Lucci and motherfucking Sabo in these movies. Like, do you think that means anything for the canon story, or you think it's just because of fan service?
Fan service.
I think that it's because Oda's not gonna really flesh out this stuff in the manga, so he's doing it in the movies.
Sure, I don't admit that shit, but
But nothing's getting fleshed out though. They're just in this. They're basically cameos.
If I can go ahead and say, how the fuck is this our Toei animation gonna have my nigga Usopp get straight up laid down? That nigga got baby shake.
That's Oda.
That's why I didn't like the trailer, because my nigga Usopp, my favorite character.
That's why I like. That's why I like the trailer, because nigga Usopp is where he belongs, face down in the dirt. The now we gonna do that.
Don't get along, bro.
I guess like we just diametrically opposed.
Hey, we not gonna do that to Usopp, my nigga.
Nah, we got. Hey, listen, nigga. How much time? How much time has this nigga been face down the dirt in the series, yo? Don't y'all realize at this point that that's where he belongs? He's home there, son.
He's the fourth straw hat to learn hockey though, so chill out.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this nigga never uses that hockey again. But anyway, that just a callback. That was like an Avengers Endgame style callback to War of 7 when this nigga was face down the dirt again.
Roger's crew was stacked, ridiculously stacked.
Almost BS
like,
though.
Broken. He was like, it was stacked. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, almost game breakingly so, son.
Can we talk about if we're gonna talk about anything, how this nigga Bullet is like? I mean, he has to be like literally like almost Yonko tier for the fact that not only are the Marines having to join up with pirates just to take this nigga down.
Well, is that what's happening?
That's what it's implied.
It's all the pirates and all the Marines on one island, except for we get clashes here and there for when there's Zoro Fuji in the shit. We get clashes with Smoker and Sanji, but I feel like for the most part,
I thought it was gonna be like
it's not gonna be like all of them versus. It's gonna be like a select few.
I thought it was gonna be like 3 different factions. It was gonna be like Bullets people, and then the Marines people, and then the other pirates together.
I mean, this nigga
It
bullet
said
got to be
pirates and
stacked. I
it
mean,
said
straight
pirates.
up. I mean, this nigga not only has to have clout, this nigga has to have all 3 forms of hockey, advanced hockey, by the way, especially after the recent chapter, and then other things that I mean, it's just straight up. There's for the fact that Rob Lucci is standing right there with I think what was it, Boa Hancock, Sabo.
Sabo.
I can't remember if Smoker was in the middle of that shit, and then Luffy just to go against this nigga. Yeah, that's some real shit. And then let alone the nigga is laying out the supernovas flat out. It tells you everyone's getting baby shaking this shit at least once, if not twice.
Big facts, big facts. But that's what I'm saying. Like they bring in
All of them can get
everybody.
it. They can all get it.
Yeah, but Luffy
Shit's
said
fucking
something
crazy, man. I mean, I'll admit. I
Luffy
mean,
said
Otis.
something
I mean,
So
go
Luffy
ahead,
said
go
something
ahead.
that was true. He said, with all these people right here, how could I possibly be scared to lose?
So yeah, he's got an army of characters, so it doesn't make sense.
It's a lot of people there. Like, so that nigga has to be strong. He has to be powerful. And he's called the Demon Heir, so I'm guessing he was someone who thought he was going to have next after Roger.
I don't know,
Demon
bro.
Heir.
I don't know, but it's crazy. Almost to the point where it's like, it better be long too. Like I don't know how long the movie is, but that's a lot of crap you put in this story, bro.
It'll probably be like an hour and 30.
I mean, I have no idea what the longest One Piece movie is, but it needs to be just as long as that. If you're gonna, because even though they're going to add all these characters in it, it doesn't mean all these characters are going to have equal screen time, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, of course, Luffy's going to have just about the most screen time, but someone like Smoker is probably not going to have no more than, like, I don't know, 12 minutes of screen time. And I'm just saying theoretically because you got to think, if they have this nigga Zoro and Fujitora squaring off, and then you have Sanji and Smoker squaring off. I mean, what is that? Because, I mean, I doubt it's going to be a full-fledged fight. I bet it's just going to be a clash, and that's it.
A clash.
Yeah.
I feel like
but
a lot of the characters we've seen aren't gonna have like significant roles, but they're gonna be cameos.
But the thing is, like, if once you have them in a battle, you can't have it be like, oh, they're on screen for 30 seconds or a minute. Like, they can have a cameo, like, you know.
It's Oda, bro. It's Oda.
But it's gonna be like, it's gonna make people upset because you can't have, you know, that's somebody's favorite character that you brought in the movie, and then all they do is just like, you know, they just get one shot. It's gonna piss people off. Like what happened with Rob Lucci and Sabo in Film Gold was good. You good, Rex?
I got a question. Yeah. All right. Am I breaking up?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, you was breaking up.
You good?
Am I breaking up? Yeah.
No.
Am I?
You good now? You good
well,
now.
I was about to ask. Do y'all think? I was about to say. Do y'all think we're gonna see Green Bull in this movie?
Hell no.
Okay.
Nah, Oda's gonna be trash. He ain't gonna show fucking Green Bull.
None
Green
of
Bull,
the
if
animals are
Green
gonna
Bull
fight
gets
in
shown in
the
this movie, he's gonna be shown as a silhouette.
Yeah. I mean, it would be kind of wild if you reveal a character in the movie, son.
Shit. The way it's going, we ain't gonna see Green Bull until fucking 2025.
Probably so. We'll probably get one fuck with that. Green Bull's gonna have fucking silhouette, no me. Basically, he's like the shadow under the plant. So you're gonna give this nigga Green Bull a plant devil fruit, but it's not a plant devil fruit. He's actually the shadow under the plants. That's what that is gonna be. Watch.
Bro.
Hey, that's because Green Bull's gonna be Zoro's father, so you know Oda gotta slow play that, yo.
Bro, Green Bull better be the strongest admiral we've ever seen, bro. The way Oda's like silhouetting this nigga, bro. The Reverie would have been the perfect time to show him.
Yeah.
That nigga Green Bull better have like a Zoro scar through his eye, almost like some Kakashi shit, almost.
Bro, Green Bull better have all 3 forms of hockey, bro. I don't care. He's better have mastered all of them.
He ain't having conkers. Let's stop gassing this nigga up right now.
Well, he needs to. Oda's on gassing him up with all these goddamn silhouettes.
We're not gassing him up. We're just saying he better have all this. But by the way, Oda's gassing him up.
I'm not even gonna blame Oda. I'm gonna blame the fucking editors. I'm gonna call out the editors now. Oda's editors are trash because of the fact that they keep saying Wano, and I swear to God, Wano better live up to at least half the hype I still have. For the fact that they say Wano's gonna be as hype as fucking Marine for that shit, because the Oda's editors be lying out their ass. They be sucking dick and whatnot.
Well, if his editors are the same ones that he's had since Saboti, I can never hate his editors because they gave us the 11 supernovas, and that was fire.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that shit up because if not, it's trash.
Well, I don't think it on reread and on rewatch. I don't think Marineford is as hype as it's been made out to be.
It never was, nigga. The Reverie was more hype than Marineford. Niggas just, a big fight happens, so they don't know how to handle themselves.
Yeah, like it should be more hype than. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
Marineford was good for a different reason. Marineford was the culmination of everything that we seen from Saboti, Impel Down, all that shit. It was a culmination. Now, I don't think Marineford is nearly the best arc in One Piece about how people think, but I think it was good.
I don't think it's top 10.
Nobody's saying it wasn't good.
Whoa.
Like, I'm just saying, like,
it's not top 5. It's not top 5.
It's not top 5. It's not as hype as people like talk like it is. They talk about the best One Piece arcs and they automatically throw the Marineford in there, like, oh, these, and Marineford, obviously. It's like, no, it's not obviously, nigga. Like,
it's not in my top 5.
But let's say One Piece Film Gold was long. I think that was over an hour and a half. Because I remember watching it, it felt like a long movie. So I think if this movie is as long as that, then you should have enough time to do what you need to do with it.
Was that a good thing or a bad thing? We say it felt like a long movie.
No, it was a good thing because it was. I was just surprised that it was still going on. Is all because the movies.
I'm gonna butt in and say this. I'm gonna say this. I don't know why these niggas have not done this yet, and I'm just gonna call Toei Animation out of this. What they need to do is this. It doesn't have to be like 2 hours long, but they need to do an episode of Marineford, kind of showing what little bit of Impel Down and going through Marineford in particular, especially after this recent chapter, because of the whole fact that how Oda and I'm saying retcon, but Oda showed Rayleigh using armament hockey from the chapter. And I apologize if I spoiled y'all niggas because y'all did not read this chapter. I really do apologize if y'all did. But just going off that, I just hope that they do that and they actually show niggas using armament hockey in Marineford. That way niggas can shut up about that shit.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
I hope they do that because or flesh out a little bit more of the fights now that we've seen other people. Like, we see more of Don Flamingo, we can see more of Marco, we can see more of everybody because we've seen more of their abilities and what Haki could do. Like, you could literally flesh out the entire arc more in a movie. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm still confused by some of the hockey uses in Marineford. To this day, there's still some things that happen that I don't understand. I remember like a month ago, Teddy was trying to explain to me what happened when Vista and Marco fought Akainu, and I still don't understand what happened, son.
What happened? Refresh my memory.
When they slashed him with they were using hockey apparently, but he didn't take any damage from it
because he has stronger hockey. That's what he said.
But I don't understand how that works, though. I don't understand how that prevents him from taking damage. But anyway, I don't want to get into it in this, but I just don't understand it. So if they showed it, I think it would help.
No, there are some inconsistencies in Marineford to what we know with hockey.
Yeah. Nah. Well, of course, hockey is one of the most convoluted power systems in shonen right now.
It's not even convoluted. It's just not explained. It's just vague as hell. It's vague as all hell. Like, Oda literally, if he wants Haki to do something, he can literally write it into the story. There's no
Exactly, like Haki blooming. That shit's like a fucking Zenkai boost without taking the damage or going from near death. It's just the fact that you are in a fight with someone stronger than you, and the very fact that you are in an intense battle, and that makes your Haki bloom. I don't know if you consider that straight up trash or an interesting plot convenience. I'm just saying that right now.
I think it's trash.
I don't think it's trash. I think it's trash the way that they explained it and just threw it in there like years after he introduced hockey.
Well, I don't think it's trash. I think the way the Oda is executed is trash because like literally all it is now is Luffy doesn't really have to try to learn anything. It's just like if he's in that situation, he will, he will just get better at it. He doesn't have to know anything to get better at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's exactly my problem with this. The way that it's being executed. Like if we knew that from day one about hockey, that it's like, oh yeah, if you use it and you use it in battle, you'll get better at it when you're put in an intense circumstance, then I'll be like, all right, fine.
People literally call it the Rayleigh flashback power boost. Like if Luffy get a Rayleigh flashback, I'm just saying if you get a Rayleigh flashback in a fight, he's about to get stronger. It's like, damn, I guess we didn't see that during the 2 years. Oh, see, that's
it's
some
an
bullshit.
It's an ass fool. I hate it.
That's actually true. Because Oda could literally say, "Oh, well, we didn't see it in the 2 year time skip, so I definitely can put it in there." Damn,
Yeah.
Oda.
We
That's
about, we,
crazy.
about, we about to have enough. By the end of the series, we're gonna have enough content of flashbacks from that 2 year time skip to make up chapters to fill 2 years worth of chapters.
Dead ass.
Yo, that
Like,
nigga Luffy is so about to get a fucking Rain flashback. The time he actually the real battle versus Kaido, and that nigga's just going basically. Let's just say there's like some huge ass tortoise on the fucking island. Just head cannon it, and that nigga like Luffy had to hit the turtle because you know turtles, you know they have hard shells and whatnot, and the turtle like goes in his shell. So Luffy has to learn how to use hockey during the 2 year time skip to fucking hit the tortoise and actually hurt it. I bet you it'd be some shit like that. Just to explain how Luffy's going to hurt Kaido. I bet you.
mm. Yo, can I just say something, son? That, like, and spoilers for the One Piece chapter for the week of June 28th, 2019. But like, so it's confirmed now that Rokugan from the Rokishiki techniques that joint is using this hockey that Luffy just learned this week, right? Like,
Uh,
when he said that hockey goes
No.
inside of your opponent's body and destroys it from the inside, I'm like, that's Rokugan. That's exactly what this nigga did back in Ennie's lobby.
Oh shit, nigga, that's hot.
I'm,
Still ass chapter. Still ass. Cause they got Queen Yonko level. I can't wait. Oh, right now. I can't. I'm on my Stephen A. I got the blasphemous. Absolute
No, I don't
blasphemous.
want to talk about this shit. But I feel like that's a good case of indication that the Rokushigi techniques are a form of hockey that's outside of it using martial arts. Because going off that, I had niggas in BDA, and you tell me this. I had niggas in BDAs telling me that, well, not telling me, but we're just saying that, okay, so this chapter basically confirms that Katakuri's Block Mochi is also a form of this advanced armament hockey because when he used Block Mochi and he hits Luffy, his hands are throbbing. When the hell do we see that shit anywhere before then? We don't. So that's
Bro,
an indication of that.
they're just
Oda is
dumb. That's
so
it.
vague. Oda is so vague. It's just give me
Yeah,
some
but-
clarity, please.
Yeah, but now that I think about it, that hockey is kind of like the Rokugan. But then that wouldn't make sense because
Because Rob Lucci didn't know what hockey was. He didn't know how to use it.
in the data book they said that CP9 learned hockey after. So
But I mean,
Plot hole.
it's not a plot hole. It's not a plot hole because you could be using hockey and not know that you're using it. Because technically Zoro used hockey back in freaking Alabasta when he fought Mr. One, but it just doesn't make sense as a whole. It's like why did you use it for this technique then and not have them niggas know it? You could have just had them know it, the freaking hockey. But
But it's a one-time thing rather than using it all the time. That's different.
yeah, that's true for sure. It's a technique rather than an ability. But
but
even
that's
so,
that's the
it
problem with
feels
Oda.
wrong.
That's the problem with Oda. Like he just doesn't explain things, and people's like, "Oh, it's not Oda's fault that you don't understand." It's like, yo,
Yeah,
only
that's
with
such a
Oda.
trash argument, dog. I shouldn't have to use headcanon to explain what the fuck is happening in your series, Oda. That shit is such trash. You can't
And,
tell me that shit.
and what's
Fact
crazy is like it's like you say that, but just think about it. There's 10 people in a room to discuss in One Piece, and all 10 people have a different thing, like idea of what's going on. That should not be the case.
Exactly.
That should not be the case. It's like
Exactly.
there could be a case if you come up with a theory on the plot twist, but like there's power system or something about like something that's concrete that's already happened. We should not be guessing about what happened.
And some people would knock Togashi for his paragraphs or his entire novel that is a chapter. But at least he like you have it. If you want to understand the power system, everything is laid out on paper.
That
Then and
nigga
there.
I'd rather have a lot of detail than not enough details. That's
Yo,
what it is in
Tagashi's so
life.
fucking goat. Fucking writing paragraphs in a fucking manga.
Togashi, baby!
Oh my
Yo,
god.
Tagashi need to just stop writing the manga and just make a light novel. I'm telling you, it will be more enjoyable.
He just needs an illustrator,
yeah.
and then all the problems will be solved.
He doesn't want an
Exactly.
illustrator. He's already said he wants to do it all himself.
I know,
That's
but
why
that would
the
fix the
series is
majority of the
never gonna
problems.
end. Oh my god.
Oh,
All right.
Anime?
I think we're kind of going on a tangent, especially with the fucking One Piece. So let me ask: I'm gonna go for each of y'all niggas' names. I'm gonna ask y'all what animes you're looking for particular for this season, and maybe an anime or two that you're not looking forward to if there is one, and then we can go ahead and end this shit. And then if y'all want, we can start a One Piece stream. All right, let me start with Marvelous.
Yeah, well, you guys already know. Number one Fire Force fan right here. So the thing I'm looking forward to most this summer is that series but that goes by the name of NN no Shobutai. If that's how that's said, I probably butchered it. But yeah, Fire Force. I'm looking forward to that joint. But also Doctor Stone and also that Astra Lost in Space, because I've heard a lot of good things about it. And I might check out this Isekai Cheat Magician. Um, but other than that, most of these other drinks I'm not gonna check out, and there's nothing I particularly have anything against, whatever like that.
Asta in Space is getting anime.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I'm gonna before I say my nigga Darius and ask him for his thoughts. My Black Clover Volume 16 has finally shipped and it should be here in a couple days. So shout out to that. All right, Darius. What animes are you looking forward to in particular for this anime season?
Fire Force, so I can slander all these niggas if it's trash and praise it if it's good. Then the other one would be, like he said, Dr. Stone. I heard niggas say it's trash. I heard niggas say it's fire. But the first season probably isn't going to adapt it when it gets really good. So I'm not sure on the whole situation. And the thing I'm least looking forward to is fucking Black Clover, because Perry probably going to fuck this arc up, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy.
Facts.
So
Oh,
yeah.
there was one more thing I should have said. My bad. The thing I'm least looking forward to is the Fairy Tale final series, because I thought Fairy Tale was dead, and it's just like a zombie coming back from the grave to fuck with you.
Fairy Tale. This anime is not. Fairy Tale is not going to end until they probably do the 100-year whatever the fuck is happening now. But I don't know. Flame. Let me ask you.
Yeah. So Doctor Stone. I enjoyed it, so I'd like to see how they do it in as an anime. I'm relatively interested in that. Kimetsu no Yaiba is still going on, so that's still gonna be what I'm gonna be interested in primarily. Fire Force is something I'm definitely gonna give a shot. A shot, thanks to my nigga Marvelous. I want to see what the hype is about. It's worth at least a shot. And for a kind of a slice of life, kind of whatever anime, season 2 of Takagi-san is something I'm probably gonna check out. So.
All right, Rex, it's your turn, my nigga. And before you even slander Fire Force, let's just get for your other anime.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna slander Fire Force. I think that is it wrong to pick a girl up in the dungeon? That's my most anticipated. And then I want to see Villain Saga. Hopefully, Wit just does an amazing job and it lives up to the manga. I want to watch Fire Force, not because of the story, because I just think the animation and stuff is gonna be fire. So I just want to watch it because of that. And then I'm looking forward to the ReZero OVA because ReZero is one of the greatest pieces of literature, and Subaru is the best main character ever. So
Oh yeah, I want to continue reading it, but
Oh
man,
my lord.
whoa, my nigga,
Yo, what
damn.
did
So
you just say, nigga? Hold on. What did you just say, Subaru? What, nigga?
as a person who is caught up to the web novel, well, it's pretty far in ReZero and has read the web novels. He is definitely the best MC.
Damn.
Yeah, I.
I want to read. I want to continue reading the light novels. That from the site that you linked me. But when I found out the anime's coming back, I gotta wait for it, man. I
Yeah,
gotta wait.
I
All
mean,
right,
no
let me go
problem.
ahead. Let me go ahead and end this stream in a wave. Wave, it's your turn, my nigga.
How to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon, Astrid in Space, Villain Saga. The anime I'm least looking forward to because they fucked it up is Kengan Asura. That shit is like full CGI. It was supposed to be a martial arts manga, a martial arts anime, but it's full CGI, so it's gonna suck.
All right, and I think we out. And y'all hear from the boys themselves. They talked about the certain animes y'all want to look for, and I admit I'm looking forward to watching the rest of Kitsune no Yaiba this season. I admit to Danamachi. I admit to fuck Fairy Tale. Wally can come after me if he fucking reads this shit
Fuck
or
Fairy
watches
Tail.
this shit. I'm gonna check out Fire Force. If that shit's trash, I'm gonna admit that shit, and then only the anime adaptation. If Doctor Stone is trash, I'm definitely gonna go into that shit because I've been hearing niggas been talking about this shit is trash. Check out, watch the trailers for all these series if you're interested in. Like and subscribe. Check out the Discord, link in the description, and y'all have a good one. And we out.
Yeah.